Alright, Section 7, Plumbing. How to keep it in working order. Plumbing emergencies, home plumbing systems, water supply, disposal, basic plumbing facts, clogged fixture drains, clogged main drain pipe, faucets, toilets, plumbing noises, frozen, burst pipe, plumbing repairs, insulation, pipe fittings, cast iron pipe, brass, steel pipe, rigid cover pipe, flexible copper pipe, rigid plastic pipe, flexible plastic tubing, roughing end, toilet installation, sink installation, tub and showers, hot water heaters, clothes washers, dishwashers, sump pumps, solving special problems, hot water, home water treatment, sewage disposal. Alright, plumbing and emergencies. General recommendations. Correctly designed and installed home plumbing system is practically trouble-free should problems occur with standard methods of dealing with them. And there are good reasons as well as neglected leak inside a wall, on a floor, or in a ceiling can cause serious damage. Most plumbing systems provide numerous shut-off valves and control water flowing through the supply system. Sinks, lavatories, individual shut-offs, hot and cold water toilets just have one. The first thing to do in an emergency of the fixture is to close its shut-off valve. Most shut-off valves are located underneath the fixture to control some of their basement, utility room crawl space below. Generally, you can shut off the hot water supply for the whole house. If the hot water heater, whether or not the house has individual fixtures control of the water supply, you will always find the main shut off near the water meter or at a wall where the water main enters the house. Leaks are overflowing, they can be stopped. The fixture always been stopped closing the shut-off valve. Close the shut-off valve, turning the handles clockwise. Should be unfamiliar with shut-off valves in the house, especially the main shut-off valves, as you get them without delay and the cause of trouble. Houses served by water mains have additional shut-off located underground near the sidewalk or the lawn. Sometimes a special wrench is needed to operate the valve, which is reached within the line hole of the ground. How they work. Your plumbing system is basically simple to made with the incoming water supply, outgoing with the drain pipe fixture, with the appliances, toilet, lavatories, public bathtub, showers, kitchens, sinks, laundry tubes are fixtures, cloth washers, clothes washers, dishwashers, garbage disposals, hot water heaters are like the appliances. Some of the water supply pipes are outdoor faucets and garden hoses. Fresh water is carried under the pressure from the house water surface entry. For the well pump in the private system, each fixture of the appliance well's water supply pipes are relatively small with the inside diameter of 3/8 of an inch to 1 inch. Incoming water pipe is divided into hot water between a heater and hot and cold water system pipes from the two usually run in parallel throughout the house. The drain system is completely separate. The drain pipe large enough. The incoming water supply pipes are varying from 1 1/4 inch to 4 inches inside diameter. Each fixture drain passes contains a U or an S-shaped bend called a trap. The trap retains water that acts sealed to prevent gas, bacteria, and vermin from entering the house. Drainage system handles drain water removal, waste removal, the venting, and so-called the drain waste vent or DWV system. Waste pipe carries waste gravity away from each of the fixture. Large drain pipes which carry the flow downward into the house sewer line. Vent cap pipes carry off sewer gas. Keep hold of the DWV drain waste vent system. Atmospheric pressure necessary to maintain water seal with each trap. The water vent pressure is collecting gas. Any portion of the drain waste vent system could force break and traps water seal. Atmospheric pressure where not maintained trap would siphon away. Main vents serving the toilets and secondary vents serving the other fixtures extend with the roof when opening in the air. Some of the systems prevent connecting the fixtures main, secondary installed. Set it directly through the drain waste vent pipes that serve toilet waste are called soil pipes and are 3 inches or larger in diameter. Toilet vent is termed soil stack. Each drain waste vent system contains a plugged opening called cleanouts. This one horizontal run drain line pump cleanouts provide access to the inside of the drain waste vent system, removal of any blockage. Or the water supply and disposal. Water supply system. Where your water comes from. The wind supply for the most home, private, public, and municipal water systems. Some homes have their own systems. All water originates in the rainfall. Rainwater collected directly in reservoirs or cisterns. It may be found in surface water, lakes, or rivers, or it may be obtained in springs or shallow, deep wells. After collection, whatever method, pipes carry the water to your house. Both rainwater and surface water almost always contain pollutants. Such water must be treated to make it pure enough to drink. Usual method to make additional chlorine Groundwater generally is pure enough to drink, the usual, unless it takes a shallow well that has been contaminated, polluted surface water. However, the groundwater often carries large amounts of dissolved, unsuspended solids and minerals that make it hard. Make suitable for home use. Hard water can be softened and running through the demineralization agents and changing the composition of the minerals. To remove them, usually done in homes with commercial softeners. Page 247. Drainage. Outgoing used water may be handled either the collective sewage treatment is more efficient than private disposal collection sewer system. Drain water washer waste enters the network pipes and from each house flow must be often by gravity sewer treatment plant. Modern sewage treatment plants are aerate the sewage to hasten biological action, breaking down to settle remaining solids to dry them and selling residual for fertilizer. Effluent further aerated filtered with chlorine kill any remaining bacteria. Process complete. The water will be pure enough to drink and discharge from the nearby system. Private sewage disposals consist of a septic tank disposal fluid. Serve only one home. Septic tanks break down the sewage into liquid, solids, and bacteriological action. Solids settle on the bottom of the tank must be cleaned out every few years. Effluent runs over the tank and is distributed through the system underground trenches, pits where they seep into the soil. All types of septic disposal filled become clogged and suspended solids effluent. They may have to be enlarged. Better, more expensive one family disposal system that works more like a collective sewage treatment plant, but on a smaller scale. Alright, piping. The diameters of most pipe tubing are expressed with the nominal size, sometimes bear little relation to the actual inside-outside diameter. For example, the 1/4 and 1/8 of an inch steel pipe with an inside diameter more than 1/4 of an inch, outside diameter less than 1/2 inch. 3/4 of an inch pipe has an outside diameter more than 1/2 an inch. You need not to worry that these discrepancies are so long. Order to use pipe with the nominal size, actual outside diameter. You only important if you want to cut an exact size clearance hole through the dressers, joints, or studs. Pipe fittings on page 227 are made to fit all pipe tubing in the United States and Canada. If you cannot figure out how to make particular connection, no fitting seams are available to make. Try with a combination of two or more. Chances are that the problem can be solved. One of the most important plumbing fittings is a union enables you to remove the installed section of the pipe, the middle of the run of the heading start of the varying beginning or end of the pipe, unscrew with the fitting of the other end of the screw further into the filling of the other end. Why the unions are this is why unions are so important. Water supply piping can be steel, copper, plastic, and probable water areas, sometimes brass. Drainage waste vent piping can be cast iron, copper, plastic, sometimes steel. Most older homes have steel, sometimes have steel water supply, cast iron, drain waste vent pipes. Modern ones most have any combination. All piping consists of pipes plus the joining one of the angles and branching of the various ways. Copper water supply tubing bent to make turns without fitting. Another kind of pipe is polyethanol used certain cold water application, but normally inside the house. It's two fittings of the joining sealed water supply and drain waste vent pipes are connected to these housing thread joints. Outside threads on the pipe screws and inside threads on the fittings. Pipe threads are tapered to the right seal. Pipe joint compound Teflon used in the threads to make leak-proof joint. Copper water supply to drain waste vent pipes are joined and sweat soldering joints absorb molten solder which hardens and tightens seals. Some of the copper water supply insulation flare joints, page 231. Plastic water supply drain waste vent piping are joined to the fittings of the furnace fusing, solving, cement, cast iron drain waste vent pipes are joined near perennial rubber sleeves and lead joints. Page 227. Codes. Plumbing codes govern with the type of the material that may be used, how the system must be designed and installed. Before tackling any problem, check your local plumbing code. A cross-section connection between the water that you might drink and the water supply system. Water that is unfit for the drink. Almost every home has some of the cross-section. Probably does too, but the faucet in the bathtub, sink, lavatory would be submerged in the basin should overflow with the cross-connection. Should the bowl become filled with backup drain water, contaminated water could drain drawn into the water supply. Used drinking siphonage can occur even through the closed faucet. If there is a vacuum in the water supply, a vacuum could cause heavy water draw elsewhere into the house or pressure drop nearby. The hydrant, garden hose with the end of the swimming pool and the cross connections over the hair rinse hoses that has left attached to the faucet lying in the bowl. Some older toilet tanks cross-connected water inlets loose. Look under the tank lid, inlet valve, and the tank does not extend beyond the high water line. Replace the valve with a vacuum brake inlet. Alright, clog fixtures and drains. Unclogging the sink drain. The unclog when the sink of the lavatory bathroom drains slow, but it is not only usual for the accumulation of hair grease or the other debris sludge lodged somewhere near the drain. First, try to clean the rubber force cup with what is sometimes called the plumber's friend or plunger. The best type of the plunger for this job is one side with a wide, flat face and enable to have good contact with the near flat fixture plumb bottom. Run an inch or two of water in the basin. Remove the stopper if there is one. Plug the overflow with the opening with a wet cloth, and then someone holds the hand tightly over. Then keep the plunger pressure from passing the clogged area pulling out of it. The overflow outlet is a force cup up on XL air and placed directly over the drain. Plunge it down and pull it firmly and rhythmically and build up force. Pull the plunger into the drain, opening of the drain, draw up stoppage. You can also try doing this with a special compressed air plunger that acts like a pump. 217. If the plumb does not work, several minutes for their trial liquid chemical drain cleaner. Stoppage is still there. Sink auger is called the plumber's snake. Auger is rotated the drain to the drain pipe, generally cut away through the obstruction. A garden hose sometimes does the job. Try to without pressure. With and without water pressure. If none of the work, remove the clean out plug in the bottom of the trap. Some traps have no clean out plugs, and many of themselves have that to be removed. The otherwise called the drum traps. Used chiefly on tubs and showers. Screw off the covers accessible below the floor near the fixture. Insert the snake of the trap tube to remove the debris. At last resort, you may have to remove the trap to relocate the clear out the clog. Unclogging a toilet. Toilets have built-in traps passage. If they become clogged, chemical cleaners can penetrate the trap area enough to be effective. Instead of using force cup, the kind of the fold-out extra brim air of the fill of the toilet with a passage snugly. If several minutes plugging doesn't work, switch to the toilet auger that's housing with a sharp bending with the get. The snake started in the toilet trap, the auger in the trap area, the turn of the crank handle. Keep moving the auger and trap it into the obstruction. Try to hook up the blockage, pull it down, and break up the rather than push it deeper. When broken up, the debris can be flushed away. If you don't have closet auger, sink auger may work. If difficult, however, to get in started for the trap, with your arm, plastic garbage pail liner, reach down under the water to get the auger started. The snake upward, up and around the first sharp bend, and then beyond the blockage. Try the hook in, pull it out, if you can. You can make an effective clean-out tool with a wire coat hanger, prop of the toilet trap, and try to snag whatever is causing the stoppage. Child toy toothbrush lodged in the toilet trap often resists. Easy removal. If you cannot get out the obstruction any other way, you have to remove the toilet from the floor, invert it, work at the blockage for the lower end. Toilet bowl clogs every so often may have a partial blockage, trying to run the auger through the passage once of the toilet flushing normally. If the problem is not particularly blockage, the bowl is a washdown reverse trap type. Place the toilet with a siphon jet model distinguished from less expensive toilets by the jet of 5/8 of an inch hole. If the back of the bowl will be water level. Unclogging main drain pipe. Sometimes fixture drains may back up and move the black up in the drain pipes rather than the fixture. But quickly fixed it with the loosening of the clean out plug on the drain beneath the close of the fixture. The water runs around when the loosened plug blockage beyond the point. Drain all water blocked up in the drain waste vent system. Clean out plug nearest clog fixture join. Just loosen the plug, then let the water drip into a pail, clog and close, clean out. You may be able to clear out the wire, sometimes jamming a garden hose down with the pipe to remove the blockage, turning the water gradually. No one should drink from the hose until you thoroughly flush. If you have the drain auger, the plumber snake will run into the pipe until it meets soft resistance. Crank and push and remove the obstruction. Hard resistance usually indicate a bending joint in the pipe that must be passed. If the blockage turns out further, with a clean out with a very drainage you snake will reach. You can reach up. The heavy duty augers will extend to 25, 50, 100 feet. For clearing house to sewer lines, you will need a power rotor. Or removing roots from sewer pipes. Tree roots grow through the joints underground pipes. The sewer lines can be removed with a power aggregator. The machine, which has a special root cutting head, can be rented at most tool renting firms. Before getting machine, determine whether the blockage removal the closest to the clean out plug, usually located in the basement crawl space, sometimes outside the house. Feed the auger cable slowly with a pipe until you feel the cable strain as cutting head meets the rotating resistance, and then feed the more slowly head until the you cut steadily. Once you've broken through the water garden hose clean out, they'll help wash away cuttings at the same time when the auger cover the area. Again, cutter hit hard as impassable and object probable. Reach the main sewer packs out slowly before you can clean the cable. Return the machine, test the drain, replace the clean out plug, flushing a toilet several times. Pairing a washer type faucet. Ordinary faucets leak for one or two reasons. The washer in the valve seat no longer fits the seat. The package around the faucet spindle is worn. Dripping indicates worn washer seat, or both. Leaking around the handle indicates worn package. Some modern faucets use rubber O-rings instead of packings and keep the assortment of the faucet washers, O-rings, small brass bolts, packaging material on hand to make repairs as needed. First step to remove the faucet handle. Some of the handle screws are hidden with a thread and snapping in the caps and remove the valve. The steps illustrated in complete repair faucet and construction very somewhat familiar shown. Handle screws may be hidden beneath it instead of the snapping caps, but the repair steps are similar to an applied sink, lavatory tub, shower faucets with the washers to repair washerless faucets in the next page. Repairing washerless faucets. Modern washerless faucets look very different from the with washers. The less apt to give the troubles what they do with the easier to repair. Most design easy replacement wearing parts. Working parts are hidden in the handle. To remove the Phillips screwdriver, the left hand handle off. If the screwdriver isn't exposed, look at the insert of the center of the knob. You can pry out and unscrew. This is rarely a packing nut, merely a stem nut holds the parts together instead of the washer of the rubber diaphragm. Metal to metal contact stops the flow of the water. Unscrew the stem nut with a wrench. Lift up the assembly. The diaphragm stays. When pick it out with a small screwdriver. Take the unit in the plumbing supply to dealer and get a kit that all the parts needed to renew the faucet. Insert, then replace them and assemble with a handle faucet as good as new. Metal to metal valve assembly sometimes needed with a strong pump. Pull together them O-ring, seal the necessary for the handle back temporarily to get them good grip without using a wrench or pliers. When one of these faucets gives trouble, the entire valve assembly is replaced. Because the stem action is waterless, faucet generally stays dry. You should lubricate it whenever you take it out. Use white lube, petroleum jelly, or grease. Do not let lubricant on rubber parts. Single-handled faucets and sink spray hoses. You can repair automatic spray hose valve no longer divert water from the faucet to the hose with the bottom is depressed. However, the slightly flow of the faucet while the spraying is normally in some. If your malfunction, first make sure that the faucet spray's head aerator is clean. You can buy replacements if your old ones become clean beyond cleaning. If it does not cure the problem, look beneath the shrink within the hose. If the hose is kinked, is suspect with a restriction of the hose. Turn off the faucet, remove the hose, loosen the hex nut, connect the below of the faucet, replace it with identical type. Last place type. Look for trouble in the diverted valve with the taken out with the remove of the faucet spout. With the valve parts can be lifted and screwed out from above and the divert valve operated. Single head handled faucet installation and repair. Older sinks, lavatories, tubs, and showers can easily be modernized. Installing new single-headed faucets. One lever controls both hot and cold water, mixing them to be the desired temperature in one motion. First, turn off all the water into the fixture. Remove the old faucet. Disconnect them from the supply pipes beneath the sink. Measure them the distance between the centers and fixture holes, generally 4, 6, 8 inches by the single lever faucet to match the measurement. Also tell your supplier the type and size of the water supply pipes you will be connecting to. He will sell you the proper adapters if supply line does not match the power parts to come with the new faucet. Slide the new faucet through the fixturing holes ranging of the part manufacturer specifies. Stuff plumber's putty under the action line to provide plumber's leaking to prevent leaking. Clamp faucet down firmly to the fixture ledge between the tightening jam nuts below. About the only service a single-handed faucet needs is cleaning of the strainers. When the water flow is getting in the sluggish half of the problem begun with the fill of the sediment, the manufacturer instruction sheet explains how to get it at them. If you don't have one, ask your plumber and supply dealer. You can usually reach these strainers, removing the faucet spout with the S-gun. Unscrew the plugs on each side of the faucet body and see drawing spout O-ring shows the signs of leaking. New one drawing. Reassemble it. Keep the handle adjusted, screw tight, and prevent possible drift in temperature settings. How to flush a tank. All the toilet flush tanks work about the same. With a flush, the trip handle follows the tank ball, rubber flapper, tilting bucket. Opening with the outlet with the letting of the water flow with the bowl. When the tank is nearly empty, the ball falls back into place. The outlet float falls with the water level. Opening the water in supply inlet valve just as the outside outlet is being closed. The tank is refilled through the filler tube. Water all flows to the bowl, refilling the tube. Overflow pump with a replenishing trapping seal water. Water level the tank nears to the top of the overflow pipe. The flow coats to the top of the inlet valve, completing the cycle. Most toilet trouble centers around with the tank ball and lift wires. The best cure with the replaced lift wires guide arm tank ball with a rubber flapper, which is slipped down in the overflow pipe by the raised flushing stainless steel chain fastened to the trip lever. Alright, I think we're repairing a flushing valve, the toilet, a flush valve with the automatic metering valve with one actuator with the complete and cycle to shut off by itself. The valve may be the diaphragm, piston type, both kinds for the last year without attending to the operation. Servicing even each area with a cylinder should adjust to the minimum or to discharge flush of the toilet effectively flows and regulated turning the regulating screw. Right or for the left for more water flush. If the vehicle will not shut off completely, take it apart with remove the cover top plate with a relief of the valve and piston. Wash the working parts thoroughly with especially relief valve, piston seats, and make sure the screen is clean and then resembles short flushing. Insufficient water for the completing flush may be caused with improper seat adjustment screw by some problem inside of the valve. First, maybe sure if the control valve is all the way open. Valve terms the trouble to disassemble it. Make sure the diaphragm, piston, hand tighten is guided by bypass openings have not been enlarged. Diaphragm piston valve replacement comes in kit form. You can rebuild the worn out flush valve. Alright, plumbing noises. Okay, so you have causes and cures. Taking in the pipes, hot water flows in the cold hot water supply pipe. The pipe expands, producing a ticking sound. Be sure that the expanding pipe has room to just slide in the hangers. Gurgling, drain, improper venting, wrong drainage size. The usual causes. Try installing anti-siphon trap remedy. Whistling sound. Water is not under high pressure that must flow with a restriction produces high-pitched whistle. Most common instance of whistling toilet inlet valve. Some of the toilets adjust screw permits you to produce the flow below the whistling level. This does not have the feature you can turn on the tank shut-off valve until the flow is reduced and whistle stops. Check all the valve and the water supply systems and show that the pipe hangers wood block soil pipe. Be sure to note none of them properly are closed. Running water. Checking the sound of the water running through the pipes and nothing is turned on. Many of the dollars water costs needlessly down the drain with the undetected water leak. Try to locate the source of the sound. Leaking toilet tank may be caused. Sometimes it's just partially open faucet somewhere in the house. The sound caused by a vibrating pipe can be silenced by wrapping pipe and felt insulation pipe hangers. Some furnace humidifiers are connected into the cold water line, made of mild running water sound while they are operating automatic water. So nerves backlashing, producing loud running water noise. As time fails to switch from regeneration and soften, it can waste a lot of water. Find out the faulty inner time valve. Water hammer is harsh hammering sound into the piping with a faucet. Automatic washer solenoid valve turning rapidly. Water from moving swiftly through the pipe. The valve is opening causes comes to an abrupt halt when the valve is closed. Half of the pressure are put on the entire water supply system. Eventually, the pipe in one of its fittings could burst, which makes it more than just one nuisance. Problem of lack and probably improper operating air chamber. The air chamber to the left of the running water becomes generally against cushioning of the air when the valve closes. Take a strain off the pipes. Commercial air chambers, also called water hammer arresters or air cushions, are made in several types. The most common flexible copper tube wound in a spiral with one end sealed, the other connected by means of fitting in the cold and hot water line. Another consists of a rubber bag and a metal sleeve. The third looks like a giant doorknob. All that works in the same cushion air principle. Air cushions can fill the water, restore the air to the air chambers, return the main shut-off valve, and completely drain the water supply system. Open all the faucets, let in the air, then close the faucet and turn the water on again. If and after the water hammer is still present, install separate air chambers to each problem location or large air chamber service entrance. Alright, following frozen pipes. You can freeze pipe with the pass for the cold location, all within controlled space, unheated cellular, expand with the freeze for the unless the pipe through with the run, expand with the rupture, insulating guide gives pipe some protection, low temperature by not prevent freezing to keep pipe from freezing, wrap electrical heating cable around it on one turn every 2 feet with the cover of the pipe. Insulation conserve the heat, replugging the cable when the temperature drops below zero, freezing. Seams cable, the same cable device can be used with thaw pipe. There's other effective thawing methods. One of the best is pouring boiling water over the rags wrapped around the frozen pipe. Heating the propane torch works great. Works quickly, but takes care of steam pressure, but does not burst the pipe. Do not heat a pipe to a high temperature that your hand can stand. Insulating pipes. Pure insulation gives 2 kinds of protection. And keep the cold water pipes from sweating in the warm weather. Reduces heat loss with hot water piping as well. Number of foams. Type of the easiest effect with cold water pipes. Liquid material containing finely ground cork or brushed on one or more applications to build up necessary thickness. Most effective self-sticking tape that has been special insulation qualities. Several versions are available. The putty-like tape is wound spirally around the pipes. An illustration easily found. The round fittings to make the nearest insulation. Another kind of work wells with the asbestos tape wrapped around over paste applied with the pipes. Air fittings tape is soaked with the paste, molded into place. Excellent insulation obtained in 3-foot-long plastic foam air cell. Asbestos, wood felt, fiberglass, paper jackets, thick insulation sections comes built so that they are slipped in the straight pipe run. Second, sections can be cut in length of the fine-tooth saw and such as a hacksaw. Alright, plumbing repairs and insulation, planning your work, and we'll cut the tape there.